the state. With Labor's hard-working member for Melbourne, Jennifer Kanis. Also with us is Labor's hard-working member for Richmond, Richard Wynne. I've had a great opportunity to talk to Victorians who are doing their absolute best to give their kids a better start in life than the one they've had. That's why in this state election, if we don't want to have more Abbott cuts in Victoria, if we want to see a better deal for our hospitals and our schools, for our TAFE and the training needs of our young people, Daniel Andrews is the only choice Saturday week. Everyone knows that Tony Abbott is in witness protection when it comes to visiting Victoria. The reason why Tony Abbott is maintaining a profile lower than a submarine in terms of the Victorian state election is that a lot of his policies are hurting a lot of the Victorians I just met. And the big difference for a Victorian Premier is there's one test for a Victorian Premier, and it's a test which applies to Liberal or Labor. Does the Victorian Premier have the courage to put aside party loyalties to the government in Canberra and stand up for Victoria? Dennis Napthine has had nearly 15 months to stand up for Victoria against Tony Abbott, and we haven't heard much more than a whimper out of him. Daniel Andrews will make sure that we have better schools in Victoria, better TAFE, better hospitals, and he'll stand up against the Abbott cuts to the fairness of Victoria. And before I just take any questions, I'd also like just to make a couple of comments. Tony Abbott, his people are starting to spin that in mid-November they're going to take the barnacles off the government's budget to get it sailing more smoothly. But yet, back in August, they said they were going to reboot the budget. Back in August, they said they were going to take the barnacles off then. They said the same thing in October. This budget has had more reboots and more barnacle removals than the Titanic. And the problem is, it's not the barnacles on the budget, on this unfair budget, which are impeding it. It's that this unfair budget has sunk without trace. Tony Abbott should stop worrying about spin. He should start his budget again. It's not a question of rebooting the Prime Minister. I think it's now come to the point of booting the Prime Minister out and him taking his unpopular budget with him. Happy to take questions.
How about other